Answer on this one, 3/8. Alright, answer on that one should be 7/6. Number 3. Alright, answer for this one should be 11/18. Go ahead and bring your number up for the lottery. Alright, numbers for today are 17 and 2. Never mind, I'm changing it from 2. Just kidding.
There it is.
Yeah. Just 2? Alright.
Pick 2 numbers.
Flashcards. Say them out loud.
24. 24.
12.
Yeah. Go away. 28.
28.
Yeah.
10.
30.
Alright, homework check's going to be up here. Keep track of how many you have right. Number 1 should be -4, -8. Number 2 should be -5, -4. Number 3 should be -1 and -6. 4 should be 5 and -2. 5 should be -2 and 7. 6 should be -8 and 6. 7 should be 3 and -9. 8 should just be 3. They both come out as 3, so you can just write it as x equals 3. 9 should be 4 and 6. And 10 should be 3 and 7. Alright, any questions over the homework? Alright, if you have the extra credit answers, anybody have the extra credit from last Thursday? Okay, anybody with the extra credit from yesterday? We're moving on. Objectives for today. We're going to review what we did yesterday by solving the polynomial equations like we were doing. And we're also going to be doing simple and compound probability. Our learning targets. We're going to be solving the polynomial equations in the form x squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And also solving problems with simple and compound probability. Okay, for example 1, we have x squared minus x minus 30. We want to find the factors, the two things that we can multiply together to get x squared minus x minus 30. It's going to be x plus or minus times x plus or minus something. We need to find out what these two numbers are. We're going to look at our last number, our -30. We need to find our factors of -30. What two things can we multiply together to get -30?
-10 and 3. -15 and 2.
-10 and 3.
15. 3 and
-5 and 6.
-30 and 1 and 1 and -30.
Alright, -6 and 5. 15 and 2. -2 and 15. Okay, which two of these factors can we add together that's going to give us... Okay, now we need to find the two factors that we can add together that are going to give us what's in front of our x, the coefficient in front of x. Right, it's going to be a 1. -6 and 5 is going to give us -1 when we add them together. So that means we have x minus 6 and x plus 5. Now we need to set these equal to 0 and solve for x. We do x minus 6 equals 0 and x plus 5 equals 0. Add 6 to both sides here. We get x equals 6. Subtract 5 from both sides here. We get x equals -5. And that is our final answer. Alright, example number 2. We have x squared. Oops. Okay, we have x squared plus 3x minus 28 equals 0. First thing we want to do is go ahead and set up our factors. Our factors are going to start with x. We're going to be adding or subtracting two numbers, and that's what we're trying to find, these two numbers. We look at our last number in our equation, which is negative 28. We want to find the factors of negative 28, the two things that we need to multiply together that will give us negative 28. What two numbers can we multiply together?
Negative 4 and 7, 7 and negative 4, negative 28 and 1, 1 and negative 28, negative 14 and 2, and 2 and negative 14.
Alright. So if we multiply any of these two numbers together, they're going to give us negative 28. So we're looking for the two numbers that we can add together that will give us a positive 3. Negative 4 and 7. We add negative 4 and 7, we get a positive 3. When we multiply them, we get negative 28. So that's what we're looking for. So we put in our negative 4, our positive 7. Now we set these equal to 0. So we set x minus 4 equals 0. X plus 7 equals 0. We solve these for x, and we'll get x equals 4. And x equals negative 7. Those are our final answers. Alright, answer for the bonus should be 133 over 90. Sleep for the practice problem. We have x squared plus x minus 42 equals 0. We need to find the factors of negative 42. The factors of negative 42 are what?
Negative 42 and 1, negative 7 and 6, 6 and negative 7. Let's see here. Negative 21 and 2, 21 and negative 2. Am I missing something? Yes, I am. Negative 12 and 3, I think, right?
Okay, that's enough anyway. Yeah. Alright, now we need to find what two factors can we add that'll give us a positive 1. Negative 6 and positive 7. Okay, if we put negative 6, positive 7, we set those equal to 0. When we solve for x, we should get x equals 6 and x equals negative 7. Alright, answer for that one should be 112. A little too late. Alright, practice problem number 2. Need the factors of negative 35. That's going to be negative 35 and 1, negative 1 and 35, negative 7 and 5, negative 5 and 7. Alright, do we have two factors that are going to add together to give us negative 2?
Negative 7 and 5.
Negative 7 and 5. So we put in our negative 7, positive 5. We need to set these equal to 0. Whoops. Alright, and when we solve these, we should get x equals positive 7 and x equals negative 5. Alright, if you want to go ahead and write down practice problem number 1, extra credit problem number 1. It will be on Facebook, but if you want to take a picture or write it down now, you can go ahead and do that. Example number 3. Alright, this is the part we're going over probability. The formula that we're going to use, the top number, should be the number of ways an event can occur. And the bottom number, we're going to use the total number of possible outcomes. So, for example number 3, we have a glass jar that contains 6 red, 5 green, 8 blue, and 3 yellow marbles. We want to know what the probability of choosing a red marble. How many different ways can we choose a red marble? If we have this jar if we have this jar of marbles and we're looking for the red marbles, how many different ways can we pull out a red marble? If there are 6 red marbles in the bag, that's gonna be the amount of ways that we're gonna be able to pull it out. There's only 6 ways that we're gonna be able to pull out a red marble.
22.
Over 22. The total amount of marbles in the bag is going to be the total number of possible outcomes.
Divide that by 2, it would be 311.
Right, we need to reduce it. When we reduce that, we get 3 over 11. So we have a 3 in 11 chance of pulling out a red marble from that jar. What's the probability of choosing a blue marble? What's our top number going to be?
22 or 4 over 11.
8. And our bottom number will be 22. We reduce that to 4 over 11. That's the probability that we're going to get a blue marble when we reach in our hand just randomly and pull out a marble.
You reduce it.
Okay.
Simplify.
For example 4, what's the probability of rolling a 2 or a 3 on a 6-sided die?
2 out of 6 chance.
The or is going to change this a little bit. We're going to have to add the probability of rolling a 2 and the probability of rolling a 3.
2 over 6 or 1.
Right. There's 1, 2 on the die, and there are 6 numbers total. So there's only one way that we can get a 2 when we roll it. We're going to add that to the number of ways we can get a 3 over the outcomes. And again, there's only 1 3 on the die. And there's 6 outcomes, right. So that's 2 over 6. And we can reduce that to what?
1/3.
Reduce that to 1/3. So that should be your final answer right there. 1 in 3 chance of getting a 2 or a 3. Okay, practice problem number 3. Also, this should be changed to yellow. Okay, answer for this one should be 9 over 16. Alright, answer should be 13 over 16. Okay, for practice problem number 3. The jar contains 6 red, 5 green, 8 blue, and 3 yellow. How many ways are we going to be able to pull out a yellow?
3.
Right, if there are 3 marbles in the jar, then there's only 3 ways we're going to be able to pull out a yellow marble. What are the total number
22.
of outcomes? Right. It will be 22 because there's 22 different marbles in the jar. We can't reduce this, can we? No, so that should be our final answer.
You're impossible.
Okay, answer should be 5 over 6.
Bonus.
Yes. Okay, bonus number 6. Alright, answer should be 31 over 40. No. Okay, solution for practice problem number 4. We want to know what the probability of rolling an even number or a 3 on a 6-sided die. How many ways can we get an even number?
3.
Alright, our numbers on the die are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have 2, 4, and 6 are our even numbers. So that's 3 out of 6. And we're going to add that to the probability of getting a 3. What's the probability that we're going to get a 3? Alright, there's only 1 3. And there's 6 possible outcomes. When we add those together, we get 4 out of 6. And we can reduce that to what?
2/3.
2 over 3. Thank you. Alright, guys. Your homework for tonight. You're looking at a 10-sided die. A 10-sided die. And this is all the probability about this 10-sided die. I went ahead and put a picture on it. You don't really need the picture, though, so don't worry about it.